Good afternoon, Trump's family. Welcome back to my channel. Have a good day, everyone, and God bless you. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the news this Wednesday. Judy Byington note. Soon the whole world will know the truth. We are coming, patriots. White hats have it all. Military is the only way God wins. I will follow God's plan for me. My life has a purpose. My life has a plan. And Judy note. On Wednesday, the 20th of July, Joe reportedly will declare a national climate emergency that would give him emergency powers and crisis spending authority. It has been confirmed that the military across the globe has been in training for some time in order to implement a worldwide emergency broadcast system. It was rumored that the trigger for that ABS would be mandates worldwide with lockdowns, a global financial crash, and/or any event that would trigger world leaders to try to obtain emergency powers over the people of their country. A global currency reset reminder. No one, and I mean absolutely no one, knows the exact time and date that the global currency reset would be finalized, with codes entered for notification of Terra for BUS, the internet group, to set redemption exchange appointments. It dependent upon an earth-shattering event. The exact time would be decided by the military out of calculations of their quantum computer and based upon concerns for safety of the people. Trust the plan. Coach Jerry, I am estimating that the great reveal mass military action coupled with us being at our appointments will happen sometime before Saturday the 30th of July. Tuesday the 19th of July, Bruce, bondholders were receiving emails and still being paid out on Tuesday the 19th of July, with some notified they would be paid Wednesday the 20th of July. Redemption staff were scheduled to go in on Wednesday the 20th of July and be on a full schedule for the next 12 to 14 days. Terra for BUS, the internet group, was to be notified and receive funds at least by Thursday the 21st of July. Mark Z. Rock could publish their new dinar rate in their Gazette on Wednesday the 20th of July. Redemption folks are just on standby and working their day jobs, which is wealth management at the banks. No idea on timing. I just keep hearing it as soon. Most of my people indicate whether Thursday of this week is the goal they hope to reach. Christine Lagarde announced that banking and international settlements would be flipping a switch on Thursday the 21st of July. The rumor was that the US was officially switched to the gold back to us in dollar currency on Friday the 15th of July. The trustee of the Saint Germain Trust has already released money to certain bondholder accounts. Tuesday the 19th of July, the big call. Bondholders receiving emails and being paid out starting today, Tuesday the 19th of July, with some notified they would be paid Wednesday the 20th of July. Terra for BUS, the internet group, to be notified and receive funds on Thursday the 21st of July. Redemption staff to go in on Wednesday the 20th of July and be on a full schedule for the next 12 to 14 days. See the following sources unknown. Tuesday the 19th of July 2022. Hi all you good people. I know the following texts are repeats, but they want to make sure we are ready. I know most of you are, but this never hurts to reread this. Confirmed military and training for implementation of the emergency broadcast system. And the trigger for the EBS will be mandates worldwide with lockdowns, and when this in fact occurs, you will know we are right around the corner from a new world. Folks, do not get angry and do not panic whatsoever. This is needed. Yes, it truly must happen like this so we can transition to a bright future. It is part of the script and last phase of indeed gut-wrenching awakening movie that was necessary to awaken the masses. This will ensure everyone is safely placed in their home and able to witness the historical moment that reveals all of the truths, cover-ups, etc. through the EBS. We just imminent. All is scheduled to happen. The practice test is going to happen on, so get prepared. There must be a test and then a review of all occurrences and activities. The possible implications on a national and global level can be quite complicated. So things must be in alignment to the protocols. Yes, there are many consequences if things aren't done with precision and perfection. This is the practice run before the real one, folks, to see responses and accuracy to what is forthcoming, which changes humanity. We hear the schedule is now finally firm. But again, I'm just the messenger. Be ready to adjust if needed in regards to possible time changes. Only a select few note the moment of exact and precise timing of events. For security and other obvious reasons, it must be properly kept private. Again, the EBS is going to air playing an 8-hour video. It will be replayed 3 times a day for 10 days communication darkness. During those 10 days of communication darkness, the following will happen. We will receive 7 trumpets aka EBS text messages on our phones alerting us to tune into our TV at this time. Our phones will only work for 911 and we are informed the Signal app, which is military encrypted, will be available. Our internet will not work during that time. Our ATMs will not work. After the 10 days of communication darkness, we will connect to a new quantum internet. We are promised the new Starlink internet system by the end of the month. People are urged to stock up on at least 3 weeks of food, water, toilet paper, generators, etc. for this great awakening reveal. As we speak, the teams coordinating this important historic event are revamping the EBS to ensure the utmost security for all involved, so remain patient as things get finalized. They want to make certain there are not any interferences of any sort at all. Those making the plan want no one to panic whatsoever, because it's simply the release of the truth. After the EBS, and we've gone through the 10 days mainstream media blackout and sat through all the 20,478 hours long movies, do we go back to normal like business as usual? Answer us. After EBS and the 8 hours long 24/7 movies, all will change. The life support attached to the old and evil systems will be pulled. Humanity and planet Earth simultaneously moved to quantum reality consciousness system, peace and prosperity, and the financial and human consciousness enslavement. Old systems of government, education, finance, trade and commerce, etc. will all be dismantled and replaced. We will have new currency called the US and US note and gold back. The time is now to alert as many who will listen. Do not have too much pride. Go warn those you love even though they think you're crazy. Your goal for others is truly to help absorb the shock of what is coming. My fellow Americans, over the course of the next several days you will undoubtedly realize that we are taking back our great country, the land of the free, from the evil tyrants that wish to do us harm and destroy the last remaining refuge of shining light. On POTUS order we have initiated certain fail-safes that shall safeguard the public from the primary fallout which is slated to occur. On POTUS order a state of temporary military control will be actioned and special ops carried out. False leaks have been made to retain several within the confines of the United States to prevent extradition and special operator necessity. We will be initiating the emergency broadcast system ends during this time in an effort to provide a direct message avoiding the fake news to all citizens and organizations and or people that wish to do us harm. During this time will be met with swift fury. Certain laws have been pre-lifted to provide our great military the necessary authority to handle and conduct these operations at home and abroad. Urgent important, get out of Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail, etc. and transfer to White Hat Proton Mail now. Most email providers are highly compromised, corrupt, deep state globalists. Do not trust Google, Gmail, Microsoft, MSN, Hotmail, Yahoo, etc. You must change and use the most encrypted email service, Proton Mail, to 100% free. Proton Mail plus Calendar plus Drive plus VPN. Secure email that protects your privacy and open source independently audited end-to-end encryption. Strict Swiss privacy laws and Swiss neutrality. Recommended and used by whistleblowers Edward Snowden, Project Veritas. Trusted by tens of millions of people worldwide. Simple user-friendly design with mobile app. Global food fuel good shortages, transportation crises. London Underground closures, the number of tube stations that have closed in just 3 years. Planned food crisis in US while Joe Biden invest billions for food in Middle Eastern Ukraine. 250,000 acres not growing food. California's farmland rapidly turns to dust amid water crisis. What's really concerning is for the first time we are following at least 250,000 acres in the Sacramento Valley high global financial crisis in Zimbabwe to use gold coins for transactional purposes. On July 25, Zimbabwe is introducing gold coins into their economy that can be used for cash locally and internationally. Liquidity and traceability. The coin will have liquid asset status, that is, it will be capable of being easily converted to cash and will be tradable locally and internationally. The coin may also be used for transactional purposes. And Fulford, the lack of energy is also stopping Europe's economy. The head of Chemnitz Municipal Works, Rolling Warner, said that the annual gas bill of €1,500 could rise to €4,700 in October. If we get social unrest, the state will not survive. We are facing the biggest crisis the country has ever had. We must be honest and say, first of all, we will lose the wealth that we have had for years, warned Rainer Dilger, head of the Association of German Employers Associations. At the same time, France is forced to turn off streetlights at night due to the failure of the power grid. France's nuclear reactors, which produced 25% of all electricity in Western Europe, have only 46% of the capacity. Last week, electricity prices rose by 18% to €500 per megawatt hour, the highest weekend in history. Similar situations are observed in Italy, Hungary, etc. Bankrupt Western countries use false environmental regulations to hide the fact that they can no longer afford to pay for manure. Okay, the real news for Tuesday, the 19th of July 2020, to get ready for summer lockdown like we've told you. This will be emergency level 5 this time and will await the masses and trigger the Great Revolution in Brazil. While the world rises up against its elite, Brazil President Bolsonaro shows he stands with the people. Missouri huge when judge grants Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt the ability to probe Facebook, Twitter for their collusion with the Joe administration. Extreme heat threatens Texas and the Southern Plains to start the new workweek with temperatures forecasted to exceed 100 degrees Fahrenheit. U.S. military faces unprecedented challenges in bringing in new recruits, cutting the number of soldiers it expects to have in the force significantly over the next 2 years. White Hat Intel Thisara Kasera explained the end of poverty, the end of debt, the beginning of a new golden age: no poverty, no hunger, no debt, only global prosperity and peace for all. Final wake-up call: Nasara has merged with Kasera. The announcement of Kasera will now affect the Republic along with the rest of the world, amounting to a total of 206 sovereign nations. The new financial system is part of this era law. The IMF will announce the global gold standard monetary system once Kasera is announced. All remaining fiat currencies will be cashed in for gold standard currency. Paper money will eventually be phased out and all currencies will be digital under the new financial system. The goal is to make the transition event simple, smooth and swift. The new financial system has been online for months and is hosted on a protected quantum server that cannot be hacked or accessed without permission. Notably, the wealth proliferation aspect is actually very stabilizing. People who have newfound wealth in extremists are far more likely to feel able to help their relatives, their close friends, their fellow citizens. They are more likely to engage in humanitarian efforts. This is wealth building. The RV might see a shortage of qualified workers. This is wealth building, but this then leads to higher wages and salaries that will be reflected in prices. But this is counterbalanced by a drop in taxes of, in some cases, up to 80% of the final product cost price, which would result in deflation. As prices drop, savings increase for the worker and their family. This builds wealth. Energy costs too are now an important component of the cost mechanism for any product. Energy costs will also drop as a result of free energy and new technologies. The future will be unbelievable complete. Our lives will evolve immensely. The cabal is on the ropes and some of the new suppressed technologies that are being released date back 70 years or more. Suppressed technology is new to us, but in reality, it is very old. Some go back millions of years. For example, the purified waters of Antarctica will be used to turn the deserts green and restore mineral life to all plants and living things. The future will be unbelievably complete with cards for our own personal credit, and the application of replicators that can produce everything, and surely most importantly, a new awareness of the power of our mind in order to display our needs. Money and banks are tools of the cabal to control us with their debt-based economy, which can never bring prosperity. The greatest short-term effect will be that the RV will create a large surge in consumers over time. Corporations that responsibly produce things that people really need will see a huge surge in business and profits for many years to come. This is wealth producing because a huge aspect of Kasera is the elimination of the national debt of every nation on earth. Taxes will be adjusted to be lower for citizens and corporations. Only a flat sales tax of about 15% on new items will be applied. The pyramid structure of the global elite, including most governments and corporations, has become dysfunctional. It created class separation and fostered the belief in dearth. Kasera is an acronym for Global Economic Stabilization and Recovery Act or Global Economic Security and Reformation Act. There is an ongoing dispute about what the true name is, according to the information I read. It is the most groundbreaking Reformation Act to sweep the planet to restore worldwide prosperity, peace and a new golden age that works for everyone. And not just for a few elite. KSARA was to be implemented by all 209 sovereign nations of the world for the signed 2015 Paris Agreement on Climate Change, starting with the restored Republic of the United States, known in the USA as NESARA, National Economic Security and Reformation Act or National Economic Stabilization and Recovery Act. Implementation of KSARA and MSARA is imminent. Here's a short description of any SAR-A's mandate in the United States. Cancels all credit card, mortgage and other bank debt due to illegal banking in government activities. Many refer to this as a jubilee or complete forgiveness of debt. Abolishes federal income taxes in the U.S. Creates a 17% flat rate non-essential new items only sales tax revenue for the government. Abolishes the Internal Revenue Service IRS, with employees of the IRS will be transferred into the U.S. Treasury National Sales Tax Area. Restores constitutional law to all courts and legal matters in the Republic of the United States of America. Retrains all judges and attorneys in constitutional law. Thank you for watching the video. Give me your thoughts below, and hit subscribe right now. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.